Hey babes, welcome back to my channel. I don't want to chit chat too long, but the resurrection of Jeffree Star's makeup reviews has inspired me to do an old school get ready with me video. So with that being said, if you want to see how I get my everyday makeup look, then keep watching. Okay, let's ignore this hair, but she's gonna work for now. We just need it out of our face. Jeffree coming back kind of just inspired me to film an old-fashioned get ready with me. I almost pulled out my old school backdrop for this, but I didn't. I was very close though. We still have the glittery background. I did already do my eyebrows because I feel like that's specific to everybody, and I have lash extensions on, but I'm gonna go ahead and prime my skin with the Tatcha liquid silk canvas. I'm telling you guys, this stuff will make your makeup look absolutely flawless. It is my favorite thing ever. I'm absolutely addicted to it. It is also like 8 in the morning, so I'm still trying to alive myself. Now I'm gonna go in with the Pretty Fresh tinted moisturizer. I'm really not a full coverage foundation girly. Also, if it looks like I'm staring at myself in the viewfinder the entire video, it's because I definitely am, because I don't really have a mirror except for the one next to me to look into to do my makeup, because I'm using my mirror as a tripod because I couldn't find mine this morning, but we're making it work. This is my absolute favorite concealer right now. It's the Revlon 5-in-1 concealer. I use 2 of them, so I just use shade 10, which is just like a normal one, and then I also use 2, which is a universal brightener. I love it. I also feel like my skin is very pinky toned and very like red toned, so I feel like anything like pink like this works really good with my skin. I've also been seeing all over TikTok like those girls, and I think you guys are gonna know what I'm talking about when I say this, like the UK beauty girls are just different like than the US. Like their makeup is just so like bright in the center and then like super bronze, like insanely bronze, and I want to try that. Like I want to look like that. Like I love their makeup, and I know that like soft makeup, like natural makeup is in right now, but I mean, if we're being honest, that's never been me. Will never be me. I feel like you can just tell, like even if it's not a talking video, that they're from the UK or like over in that area by the way that they do their makeup, because it's just so different than how we do it here. I also did wet my beauty blender for this video. I feel like brushes have really come back around into like style, but I just can't get behind using brushes to blend my makeup. I never honestly really have. I don't think I've ever put on like foundation or anything with a brush. That's just not the era that I came up in makeup. I'm gonna take the Fenty Beauty Matchstick in shade Mocha. I love this. When I'm tan, I'll use it to contour my head, but I'm not right now, so I'll really just use it to like contour my nose. I love it. I'm going to show you guys how to make your nose look so snatched that it is insane. Like I have perfected the nose contour for my face shape, and I'm telling you guys, it really changed the game for me. Like, it really did. But I always start with the matchstick first, even though I'm going to put powder over it. I really hope the old school YouTube thing sticks, though, because this just, like, reignited my spark for, like, wanting to make content. Like, I am so kicking it back to, like, all the old school stuff, even on TikTok. Which, if you guys don't follow me on TikTok, the link is in the description box down below. I want to start posting so many more get ready with me's. I'm just so excited. Now I'm going to take a little bit of the Rare Beauty blush. This is in shade Encourage. This stuff is my absolute favorite liquid blush ever. You only need a drop because it is very intense, and this shade is a little bit dark, but it's very, like, look at how pigmented that is. It's insane. I truly feel like recently my life has just been that movie 27 Dresses. If you guys have seen it, you know what I'm talking about. She's always the bridesmaid, never the bride. And that is because all of my friends, and when I say all of them, I mean every single person that I know, decided to get married this year. Now I'm going to take the Laura Mercier translucent powder to set everything. I will get back to my story, but I do have a really good tip for setting your under eyes. If you find that it gets like super cakey under your eye, instead of like baking right away, just take a little bit of powder on a brush, like honestly the smallest amount that you can, to like set under your eye, and just set with that first. It's going to Get it to where it's not tacky and all of that bake isn't going to stick to under your eye, so you're not going to look cakey. It's going to keep it looking seamless. Then after you set it, you can go ahead and go in with that bake, but it's good just to get a very light layer of powder down underneath first. When I did my brows, I also did already prime my eyelids with P. Louise base, because that's what I carved my eyebrows out with. So I'm just going to set that as well. Anyway, back to my story. Everyone I know decided to get married, which is fine. But now I'm in 3 weddings, maid of honor in 2 of them, which honestly I love. Like, I love love. I'm a double Libra, so it's in my chart to be obsessed with love. Also, comment down below what you are, because I'm nosy and I love to know people's signs. I'm just going to take this powder puff now and go ahead and set and like bake my face. I don't really bake super hard, but I will for like a second. I actually had 6 weddings in total, but 3 down, 3 more to go. The first 3 I was not in. The last 3 are the ones that I'm in, and I'm so excited for them, and I'm so excited for the after, like all the receptions and all of the girls' trips to different places. The bachelorette parties are going to be so fun. We actually just had one in Arizona. Let me just take you guys on a little trip with me to Arizona, because we're going to do a little story time. That was rough. The trip itself, amazing. Super fun. We all had a great time. Getting there, not so amazing. Not so super fun. So we book our plane tickets pretty far in advance, honestly. Also, never fly with Frontier, because that's who we flew with, and 10 out of 10 worst experience flying I've ever had in my life. So we get an email a couple hours before our flight that it's getting delayed, which, whatever. I feel like that's pretty normal, right? Like, flights get delayed all the time. Well, we kept getting emails and more emails that it just kept getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. It got pushed back all the way into the next morning. I'm gonna go ahead and contour my nose now. Let me show you guys how I do this. I'm taking the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. This is in shade 3, and I'm literally gonna take it. I'm trying to do it so you guys can see it the best. This little fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna take it down the sides of my nose, but be careful not to go too far on the sides. When I say sides, I'm more of like on the top of my nose, because if you do it on the sides, if you do it too far over on the sides, your nose can actually look wider. So make sure you're keeping it really on top of your nose. And then I like to go over the top and kind of draw a circle on top of my nose, just to give it that cute little, like, almost button nose look. And then the piece that's really, I feel like, gonna pull it together is taking some translucent powder. You can take it on a side of a blender, whatever you want. I have this, like, little blender that has, like, a little tiny top on it. And I'm just gonna take that down the center of my nose to brighten it. And this probably isn't gonna be straight. I'm probably gonna have to fix it with the brush, but I always just go in and I dab it on the tip and then down the center. And then I'm gonna go back in with the little fluffy brush and just, like, well, one, thin it out, but also straighten it out. Okay, now that that's on, I'm just gonna take the bronzer and go ahead and bronze the rest of my face up. But our flight kept getting delayed and then eventually canceled. So we were like, what do we do? They offered us our flight was not connecting. So we were leaving from Illinois to Arizona. Not a connecting flight, just straight there. Well, they ended up offering us a connecting flight that would have us in Vegas for, I think, 7 hours. So we took it because we were scared that we weren't going to be able to get anything else. And literally me and the bride were the only one on this flight. So if she's not there, if she's not at Arizona, the party hasn't started. So that made me feel a little bit better because she was with me. So I didn't feel like I was like missing out, like missing a day there. We ended up in Vegas for a night. We got there because our flight left at 10. We got to Vegas at like 1 a.m. We decided that we were just going to stay up and go out in Vegas for the night because we didn't want to waste our first night. So me and the bride decided to go out in Vegas. Super fun. We were absolutely dead on the airplane ride to Arizona because we didn't sleep for 24 hours. I'm going to go in with one of the literal cult classics, the Cookie Highlighter from Benefit. This is my all-time favorite highlighter. I swear by this. I live by this one. She's so beautiful. I just haven't found anything that beats her yet. And honestly, Vegas was fun. Like, we went to the casino. We went to a couple of casinos, actually. Like, you know, like the real bougie ones, like the Bellagio. I don't remember where else we went, but we just walked the strip. Which, honestly, 2 girls at like 3 a.m. in Vegas alone was a little scary, but it was fun. It was fine. We get to Arizona, whatever, get off the plane. We're waiting for our luggage. The bride's luggage never comes out. They can't find her luggage. which has all of her outfits, all of her bridal stuff in it. So at this point we're panicking because what is she gonna do without her luggage? It's literally her trip. Now I'm gonna go in with the Morphe x Jaclyn Hill Divine Neutrals palette. I didn't even know this existed until I went in Ulta and just saw it one day, but it is my favorite palette ever. I'm just gonna go ahead and take a little fluffy brush. This is the Morphe times Jeffree Star. They don't even make these brushes anymore, so I don't even know why I'm trying to tell you guys the number because you literally can't get it. But it's honestly probably like the equivalent of like a Morphe M433 brush, just a little bit softer. But I'm just going to go ahead and take shade Good Vibes and just put that in my crease. So, needless to say, we had to go shopping immediately when we got into Arizona because she had nothing, which sucked. And fun fact, she just got her luggage back like a week ago, and we went on this trip at the beginning of January, so it took over a month to get her luggage back and stuff was missing out of it. Everything else in Arizona went pretty smoothly. We got our auras read, which was super fun. They take like aura pictures to see like what color your aura is and what it means. My aura ended up being blue and like green, but like super, super green. And she said that that means I'm like super connected to like spirit and all this stuff, and that if I just open up to it, that like the universe is trying to talk to me. And I've like low-key kind of always felt that way, that I have not I don't think I'm like psychic or anything like that, but I've always felt like low-key connected, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know, like sometimes I just get like feelings and it's weird, but I feel like that kind of just like verified it. Now I'm gonna take the darkest shade in here, which is Cinnamon Roll, on this. This is a brush from Kala. It's just like a little slanted brush, and I'm going to use that to make a little wing. I like using eyeshadow because it doesn't have to be super perfect. You can kind of just flare it out, and if you don't like it, just wipe it away. The flight home from Arizona, though, was probably the scariest flight I've ever experienced in my entire life. And, like, I don't know if this is normal. I feel like it's not. I don't fly that often, though. So the turbulence was pretty bad, which I feel like turbulence is normal, so that's like whatever. But then I feel like the pilot started descending to try to get out of the wind, most likely. And as he's descending, like, to the ground, like, not the ground, but like getting a little bit lower, he tells the flight attendants to get in their emergency jump seats. And I was just like, we're going down. We are going down. That was my immediate first thought. Worst case scenario, it's over. It's over for us. And it was me and Kendall and Morgan, like, it's like the three of us. We're like a gang, okay? We were on this flight together, and I was like, wow, this is going to be so iconic. What a way to go out, all three of us like this together. We didn't, obviously. Okay, my camera overheated, so we had to take a brief intermission, but we're back now. I want to finish my eyes, so I'm going to go ahead. I don't even remember what I was talking about before the camera died, but let's go ahead and get these eyes finished. I've been really going back and forth on switching up on my waterline. I usually use just like a straight black. This is the gel eyeliner from, it doesn't say, but I think it's from AOA Studio from Shop Miss A. But then I have the El Maquillage. It's just like a cream liner. Yeah, this is in shade Eskimo, and I've been really loving this in my waterline. It kind of just makes your eyes look more awake, more like there, so I'm gonna use this one. I've been on a kick lately. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of Alex Earle. I feel like everyone and their brother is obsessed with Alex Earle right now, and I don't blame them. She's gorgeous. But I feel like she's been using a lot of white liner, so we're gonna do that. It just gives such like a nice brightening effect to make your eyes look a little bit wider and a little bit more awake. I will say I feel like I have decently big eyes, so I don't necessarily like need to do this. I usually tend to like make my eyes look a little bit smaller and a little bit more like snatched, but something about this recently has just been hitting different. I normally do shadow underneath if I'm doing the dark liner, but since I'm doing the light, I'm not going to. I'm just gonna leave it as is, and I'm just gonna do a little bit of mascara on my bottom lashes. This is the Maybelline Curl Bounce Mascara. I love it. Obviously, I have like lash extensions on top, so I never really get to see it on my top lashes because I've had lash extensions for literally like half a year. I'm addicted. I just can't stop going. But on my bottom lashes, this stuff looks gorgeous. It like makes your lashes like stick together in the cutest way. Like, it gives that very like baby doll look, and I love it. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe away this contour. I swear though, the longer that you let it set, like the more snatched it's gonna look. Something about letting it like bake into your skin just really, really does something. Then I'm going to take a little bit more of the cookie highlighter and I'm just going to dab it right on the tip of my nose and also just down the bridge. And to finish off with a face, we're going to go in with another OG called Classic. We're going to go in with the NARS Orgasm Blush. It is my absolute favorite powder blush I think I've ever tried. It looks shimmery, but I feel like it really doesn't leave that much shimmer on your face. Just going to go in with a little bit on the cheeks and just a literal dab on the nose. I have found the absolute holy grail of lip combos, and I feel like this is kind of different. But I use the NYX lip liner in shade Nude Beige, and I also use the Laneige sleeping mask over it. My absolute favorite thing. I'm telling you, this will keep your lips hydrated like all day. I feel like everyone was on Nude Truffle for a hot minute with the lip liner. I need to sharpen this super bad. But I feel like everyone online was like, you need to try Nude Truffle. I feel like that was just way too dark for me. So if you're a pale girly like me, you might like, So if you're a pale girly like me, you might like Nude Beige a little bit better than Nude Truffle. I do have Nude Truffle, but that is for when I'm super, super tan. I do like to overline my lips a little bit. I feel like I like this because it's light enough to where it looks like it's giving a natural shadow under and above your lips, so they look bigger. I like to lightly, I'll keep the lining pretty much my actual lips on the sides, but on the top, middle, and bottom middle, I like to take it underneath just a little bit. Also, this stuff is impossible to get in store. It is so hard to find. I feel like it's always sold out, and I feel like it's because of TikTok. I feel like this stuff like low-key blew up on TikTok a little bit, and now it's so hard to find. I'm gonna do a little bit more. It just makes your lips feel so good. To finish off this look, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. I'm not gonna lie, I don't love how this one smells. There's another one, I think it's the green tea one, that smells a lot better, but it's not awful. And this stuff like melts your makeup into your face so good. I'm telling you, these two things right here, if you want your skin to look flawless, get these two things. Usually I have a little fan sitting here while I'm getting ready that I would use right now to fan my face, but I didn't want to plug it in because I didn't want the sound of a fan in the background of the whole video. Okay, now that we are done with the makeup, I'm going to do something with this hair and come back completed for y'all. Alright, hair is done. That is going to be it for today's video. I will link all the products I used down below in the description box in case you guys want to check anything out. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my little throwback get ready with me, my little old school YouTube moment. Honestly, I hope this sticks because old school YouTube is my absolute fave. That is the era of YouTube I grew up in, and I am just so excited. But thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one.